Dark Pheonix, starring James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, and Sophia Turner. I start off with I've had a problem with the X-Men franchise for a while. My main problem with them is Mystique. You know, Jennifer Lawrence. I don't understand why she's there. The reason that the main Marvel continuity is so good is because in the movies is so good is because they're sticking relatively close to the comic book. The comic book's been around for decades. It's good reading. They transferred into the movies, done properly, it's good viewing. But the X-Men have Mystique, who is a villain in the comic books, leading the X-Men for some reason. She's taken on different aspects. She's a villain leading the X-Men, which is what Magneto did once. He was a villain, and one time he led the X-Men. She's doing that. She had a romantic time with Magneto. That was Rogue. Rogue was romantic with Magneto, sort of. And she's leading the X-Men, period. She's their field leader. She talks to Charles Xavier, and, they map out the stuff, and she disagrees about this, and she agrees about that. That would be Cyclops. In the comic books, that was Cyclops. Cyclops did that until he killed him. I don't know. She slept with Sabretooth in the comics. She's Nightcrawler's mom in the comics, but she's like the same age as him, roughly, give or take a few years. She's Rogue's adopted mom in the comics. She's an assassin. She's a villain. She kills people. And she's over 100 years old, man, maybe close to 200 years old. They don't really know. So I had a problem with that. Then something that was good was there was a moment where I saw Dazzler. She's a mutant from the comic books they hadn't really explored in the movies yet. And I was like, oh man, this is their last movie. They're going full on mutant. They're going to show everybody. They did not. They showed Selene, the bald-headed chick with the knives. They changed her up though, because in the comic she's got long hair, and her powers make people think she's a vampiric witch. She is not. She's mutant, but she also is immortal, and she's lived for thousands of years. And she's not really the type that you could give orders to. She will kill you if you try to bark orders at her. But Magneto's like, Selene, do this, do that, stop that one, do this. And I'm thinking, wow, she's gonna kill him. She didn't. She was like subservient to him for whatever reason. But anyway, what had happened was, in the movie, completely different from the comic book, but in the movie, Jean Grey has powers. She's got her telekinetic and telekinesis and or other array of mental powers, and she has an array of mental powers. And in the comic, the Pheonix Force originally duplicated her. It got an interest in her, duplicated her, became her, joined the team. So it was the Pheonix Force that was on the team, not Jean Grey. But in the movie, she absorbs the Pheonix Force's power, and it's like taking control of her, I guess. And so she's got to deal with these new powers and this alien force's own desires for whatever. Don't want to spoil the movie, I don't want to tell you. Then she's got to deal with a new force, a new enemy being presented that wants that power that she has. So she's got to deal with them. Boom. And the X-Men and Magneto are kind of sort of caught in the middle. They kind of make a Magneto's, in the comics, Magneto, the people that hang out with him are the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. In the movie, they just call them the Brotherhood of Mutants. I guess that makes more sense. There's a new version of them here, and they're pretty good. And they really bring the action in this one. They have a pretty big fight, you know? There's this big train fight, and it's really pretty good. And that was really it, man. They have this big fight. I was expecting, like, you know, I don't know, more. It was good, don't get me wrong, it was really good. But I was like, you know, if it was the last one, they told me, hey man, this is your last X-Men movie. What do you want to do? I'd be like, I want to bring as many X-Men as I can. Maybe give a nod to Marvel, main Marvel Studios, so that they can use some of these people, or maybe use me or whatever. You know, maybe give a nod to them. Maybe a little cameo at the end or something like that. I don't know, but they didn't do that. They just brought in like 1 or 2, 3 or 4 extra mutants, and that was it. I would have had like full-on mutant madness. There would have been everybody you could think of would have been in the movie. Just to, you know, it's the last one. You know, do it big. They did it modest. The fight was good, but I was just expecting an explosion of different superpowered people, and I guess they figured, this is enough. And I you know, it was on my own personal desire. It doesn't mean that they had to do it, but I would have liked to see it. They didn't do it. That kind of sucked, but that was okay because the movie was still good. So I think it was good. I think it was worth it. I think that the main Disney/Marvel Studios, there's so much going on in just the mutant universe that they could do a mutant style running of movies and then eventually mesh them with the Avengers and eventual Fantastic Four and so forth and so on, Spider-Man, Iron Man. I think they could all put it all together at a later date. I think they need to explore the X gene first. But that's just my thought. More importantly, what do you think about it? If you like the video and you like the content, oh, you know what? Let's rate this puppy. I think that this movie gets 7 bags of popcorn. Man, 7 bags of popcorn. Yeah, that's right. If you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.